Hello. So as you might have seen in my last video, yeah, people are pretty different from one country to another. Or, the world is like there are a lot of places in the world where there are slums right behind. Like you go to a five-star resort in South America or Central America, and my teacher said you can't feel like an asshole because you're at this big resort, but then not like barely a mile away or not far, there's a bunch of people living in extreme poverty, and where it's a big deal if there's one doctor in a of 100, one of 100 doctors. Um, So, oh yeah, this video I wanted to make about my experience in Colorado. For spring break, my parents, we took the whole family to Colorado. It wasn't like I don't demand to to fly to another state. We did fly this time. Like, my family has done some pretty big road trips. Like, my dad likes to drive a lot. We drove all the way to California, so across the country, in a motorhome RV. So we did fly this time. Let's see. So Colorado for my spring break. I wasn't really there for skiing. Like, my parents like to ski. My sister, my brother, he was there. She brought her boyfriend. Uh, they're into skiing, or my sister's boyfriend snowboards. So I skied one day, but I'm like, I don't like skiing. There's no point to it. It's boring. All it is shifting your weight. I do that every day in Tai Chi and Qigong. Like, it's just shifting your weight. I, and I don't need to spend a bunch of money to afford all that. Ski stuff is expensive. Like, in the mall, or not mall, in the village where they had all the stores that were selling like ski stuff, because they know like the people who can afford to live in Vail, Colorado, up the mountains in near the ski resort, they're rich people. So that's probably like they're the type of people who have enough money to spend. Like, there are a lot of stores that were selling statues, like $30,000 statues of Thomas Jefferson or whatever. It's like, so I've had a lot of people who own homes there. It's not their first home, it's like their winter home or summer home, and they probably own yachts too. We're not the kind of people, we don't own a yacht. Um, But so I was shocked in the stores like North Face or the K Ruse, or some expensive ski stores. They had like just the socks were $16, and the jacket was $55, and there was a hat in one store $78. Um, so I think just the gloves in one store, it was like 187 or 178. So, wow, it's like, and all this stuff is like you're just buying the name. So, and those are not the type of people I like to hang out with. They were all vain, I'm sure. When they saw me doing it on the street, it was the first time they ever were seen yoga or martial arts or qigong or kicking. Or I know I did a lot of reading because I was lucky to find that book where we stayed. The City of Joy book. And yeah, it really put things in perspective how it was about in Calcutta extreme poverty where the people, they barely have enough food, enough money to buy food, and I mean they have to like sell their children, and they're beggars. Like there's the racketeers, or the I guess the mob in Calcutta sort of, and they go around recruiting people who you'd feel bad for, like the lepers, the people, like men without lower bodies who have to get around on a plank with wheels on it. We're like sitting outside an expensive hotel and begging for money. And, little children that are, they're prostitutionized, or they're I don't know, abused and stuff. And yeah, so people taking advantage of people, it's a big thing. I just see, I mean, at the end of our stay, I did see there was another book in this drawer I didn't see. That was it was called Winter in the Snow. So yeah, I love books. At least I stayed home and meditated most of the day. I skied one day and was like, I was like, if it costs some money to like go to the ski resort, it's like I don't really need it. Yeah, meditation. I see. There's no point in skiing to shifting your weight, but I think meditation there is a point because, I mean, I eventually meditated to the point where I saw a lot of images of like animals and or the ghosts of animals, the kind of spirits or big drawings. Yeah, drawing things. Because I'm sure as humans evolve, that's how they evolved. They meditate a lot, and then they saw things when they meditated, and they just started creating things based on what they saw when they meditated. So, about Colorado, I also want to say there was also a stupid night where we were at one of the ski resorts, and we were at like sort of when they were closing, they were gonna have fireworks, and it was like, no, I'd rather not see the fireworks because I do not support. It's like why it's just enthusiasm. That's people should be able to make their own enthusiasm because I feel like it's enabling. These things are enabling. It's just a bunch of stuff, like, they blast a bunch of music, like, there's a big song, keeps playing, High High Hopes. Because, I mean, the people, don't you think they need to do a lot of work to get where they are and write the songs? And we just take advantage of exploit their stuff, and it's really messed up. It's backwards, this whole world. I mean, I guess it was sort of cosmic when, once we get home, my mom keeps saying a story about how the millionaires, the people who have lots of millions of dollars who pretty much never have to worry about anything, who owned yachts, and when there are people that can barely pay their bills, or they can't afford food, they can't afford to feed themselves. There are people starving in Indiana, in the backwoods of the Adirondacks, in Africa, in India, and lots of places everywhere. And yet there are these millionaires, these people who have so much, and they're lying to get their child into a good school. a reputable school. Because, I mean, yeah, it's really backwards. A reputable school. They're lying about the sports they did. Like, these kids, they never were on the pro team or they didn't play football. They know nothing about these sports. And then you're going to say on your resume, like, they did all this stuff, so that's why they should get into this private school. And then the other students are like, well, I was sort of surprised. It was just lucky that your one kid got into the school, but both of them, wow. Like, this is a really prestigious school. Really exclusive. But, so about Colorado, I wanted to say, I mean, it's really just the scatterness about how people these days are so divided. Oh, there's so much polarization. I mean, there's polarization throughout the country, how there's two sides that are just either really far on the left or feel really far on the right, or, you know, both extremes. Like, there's little middle ground. It's the extremes. That's why, like, when I'm going you get to high school and you meet all these people that you've never met before, but it's like you ask them, oh my god, you're so cool, or maybe, oh god, I don't really like you, you're totally not like me. Where are you from? And they say, I live at this house, and you find out it's like less than 5 blocks away. So they're not from another town. They have totally different hobbies, totally different lifestyles. Like, I don't know, they got into all this stuff like smoking, and they have other friends, peer groups that, with peer pressure, they influence them to start smoking or whatever, drinking, or, they're in the streets and whatever. So you really realize you could even be married to someone for like 10 years and then not really know who they are. Because you're living totally different lives. Um, about Colorado, I remember we were eating at this one restaurant. We went out one time, which I don't see I don't need to go out to eat because, I mean, restaurants, they increase portion size and, yeah. I mean, we bought a bunch of food, so it's like, isn't it better for the environment to eat less? Because, I mean, there's not only using less resources, but then all food doesn't get converted into methane and, farting, burps, and the methane, it is really bad for the environment, like 23 times worse than CO2. Like, not to mention all the methane that's produced by these animals that they eat. They spend 8% of their time eating when humans spend 5% of their time eating. So the animals, they, of course, they have to poop like five more times than humans, 5 times more. So, all that methane and pollution and, the nitrates from their poop has gotten into the waterways, and so it got drained into the like Mississippi River, and that's taken to the Gulf of Mexico, and now there's massive dead zones, and yeah, so what else happened in Colorado? Yeah, we went to the Safeway once. My mom just wanted to go in for an ad, but then my brother and my sister and her boyfriend, they jumped on the wagon like, why don't we go in? And all of a sudden they were buying all this stuff, all this expensive food. I'm sure most of it isn't even like my sister's boyfriend. He was buying like 50 calorie or whatever, like the orange juice that isn't even a real juice. It's not even totally orange juice. It's just partially, it's, he thinks, oh, it's reduced calories, so people just buying all this. Yeah. And I don't know why they were buying like bacon and stuff. Like, they were in the meat section, so God, it's like, why do you need to buy dead bodies and eat corpses? Don't you think it's unclean to eat dead bodies? Like, yeah, eating corpses, something I don't do. I mean, they think it's not a sacrifice. I do not feel bad about, maybe at first, but it's like, once you get into it, no, your body is really much better off not putting all that shit into your body. Like, he bought pancake mix. So, I mean, I might eat pancakes, vegan pancakes, if they were like homemade, if they were made right then. Like, even then, there are a lot of ingredients in that, like, processed, like, made by hand, but I mean, he was just making it from mix. And he had to eat bacon. They had to have bacon with their pancakes. Like, pairing is a big thing. Like, I know there's so much obsession about food. Like, oh my God, can you think of anything besides food? Like, eating, skiing, that was their two mindsets this whole time, the whole trip. He make pancakes for mix, and I just ate like sweet potatoes and sometimes lemons. My mom bought one lemon. What else did I eat? I don't know why I got I just felt I wanted to buy wasabi peas, which I guess are pretty processed. They're, I guess, dehydrated peas that have been coated with artificial stuff, and so I probably shouldn't have eaten it. But, I probably ate it for a reason. I feel guided by my third eye. So these things happen for a reason. What else did I eat? Oh yeah, we went to this one restaurant and I just got the salad, the Thai salad. It was the only vegan thing. Avocado, mango, lettuce, pretty good. But I don't know why I ate the crackers. There were crackers in it, but I probably shouldn't have eaten those because I shouldn't have given them to my brother because he'll eat anything. My mom, she has a burger. She got a burger that came with like lettuce and tomato, and she's like, "Do you want my lettuce or do you want this mushroom?" And it's like, I only eat wild mushrooms, and why? It was like, if it touched your burger, no, I'm not gonna eat it. And the tomato, he was like, "Are you gonna eat that tomato?" I was like, "No." So we ate it because I know tomatoes aren't. I mean, they don't taste good. I don't like. They're my least favorite fruit. Or well, grapefruit is my least favorite, and tomatoes are the next least favorite. There's probably some fruits I like less, but I haven't tried them all. I mean, there are a lot. he was like, "Are you gonna eat that avocado?" No, because I mean, he's always criticized me. Aren't you hungry, Mike? Why aren't you eating? Why are you like always fasting? Or I'm like, the problem with obese people is that they don't stop eating when they're not hungry. And I mean, he's an athlete, like, so he says, I just exert calories, and I mean, yeah, I get that if you exert calories, if you exercise a lot, but I mean, does he realize I'm not an athlete, or well, I sort of am. I do a lot of yoga and stuff. Um, I don't ski. I don't like skiing. I don't do as much of the stuff you do. So why should I eat? He just likes to give me a hard time because he's an asshole. Because I mean, he even asked me about veganism. Like I said, you realize it's not about health. He's like, I know, but I wonder, does he really know? Does he think it's about animal sentience or whatever? I mean, it sort of is. It's sort of like murder. It's you feel bad for the animals. And like people, they love their pets. You love to have animals. Like when you're in the preschools, like they or a doctor's office, they paint pictures of all these animals because they want to make the children feel safe or whatever. You love to be with animals. People, they love animals. People can easily go from at a farm, they pick up a baby chick and they're like, oh my god, it's so cute. Or I remember I was with my brother and his fiance at a farm. They had baby pigs, and people were like, they fell in love with the baby pigs, but all of a sudden when you don't see it and it's bacon, then you just don't see it and you don't care because you didn't have to go out and kill that animal yourself. You just, yeah. Yeah, if you want to open third eye, you have to go vegan because, I need to stretch. And eating cadavers, corpses is definitely bad for you. Yeah, my brother is a really an asshole. He's annoying. He just hates me because I don't know. He's that bully who likes to pick on the people that don't fit in. And when we were walking around Vale or Beaver Creek, the town, when there are all those vain people who have a bunch of money and they, everything's so vain there. They're all about just looks and stuff. They're probably startled at me. I did some yoga and, me and my sister and her boyfriend, of course, they wanted me to take a bunch of pictures of them because they're vain too. They like all the, like, just looks and stuff. And, I mean, they ice skate, so, I mean, they're not as bad as, I mean, I say they're materialistic, but guess there's some people that are worse. There are other people that are definitely worse. But I mean, a lot of people there are just really, really, really materialistic. Um, yeah, that's why my Tai Chi teacher, I like him because he, at some points he says he doesn't like money. Like, when we take a private lesson, he says, oh, just pay whatever feels good, whatever you can afford, or he says he has students who pay in like groceries, yard work, guess clothing, because whatever you can afford, he realizes some people just, money is a big commodity, and he's on free things, free events, and he's more about like the spiritual, because he realizes I guess you're not gonna make as much money as a Tai Chi instructor, but you know, he likes it and it's good for people, and yeah, he doesn't really charge much. He doesn't advertise. That's why I'm not gonna feel bad about, or I'm not gonna be reluctant to pay him $40 for his private lesson, because I guess he doesn't make that much money. And about Colorado, I mean, yeah, those are sort of spiritual books, so I guess the person who stays there, who owns that Airbnb we're staying at, sort of realizes all that stuff, or he should, but well, actually, I don't know about, maybe the person who lives there is spiritual. I don't know who, I don't know anything about that person besides they have those books. And I guess they weren't the richest person there. Like your Airbnb, there were definitely a lot more expensive houses there. It's just a rich area, a really extremely rich area. Like me and my parents were gonna go snowshoeing. That's the one thing I was interested in, snowshoeing, and one of the parks, like $15 per person to snowshoe. So it's like, couldn't we just have gone to some on the open place? Like, probably would have had a better time just meditating. So that was Colorado. I can't believe I wasted my spring break doing what my parents wanted me to do. Stupid skiing. Yeah, whenever they make me go on with their ski trips, I always end up saying I should have stayed home. Everything I like, they hate. Everything they like, I hate. Because, I mean, I really don't like every morning they eat a bunch of shit. Bunch of, like, pancakes from Mix. They eat chicken, bacon, they watch The Bachelor. Like, my sister, she was obsessed with The Bachelor. She has to watch The Bachelor every night, which I'm like, how could you watch that? It's boring. It's what's the point of that? It's all staged. It's not really. It's just people exploiting, taking advantage of our emotions about love, because that's not real love. They're just random people, and I'm sure you can fall in love with anyone. I mean, especially if you're spending all that money. And so at least my mom, she does comment on that stuff, how The Bachelor is messed up, how, I mean, when you're just getting to spend all that money, of course you're gonna fall in love. You can really fall in love with anyone if you just open your heart, I guess. See, all this is why when I read that book, Into the Magic Shop by Dr. James Doty, I really liked the part about how the woman who teaches him about magic, the old woman, says, you know, all those people who have tons of money, who have, like, fathers with current jobs, and they have vacation homes, and they can afford a bunch of stuff. I feel bad for them, because all those people with no problems, I feel bad for them. They miss out on all the magic. And my mom did comment on that, but I'm sure she forgot. She forgets. So this is already long enough. Bye, guys. That's all I want to talk about. Love you. Stay creative. Stay up there. Stay doing yoga. Satnam Kriya every day. By hemp pillows, like that's something I didn't say. I got this hemp fiber pillow. Unfortunately, hemp was only that popular in like communist countries. So I had to order mine all the way from the Ukraine. But hemp is kind of the new age. It's the way to go. It's so much better for the economy, environment, everything. Bye.